Welcome back to the GSMC Dead Ball Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Nolan Jambor, a part of GSMC Sports Network. Today, we got a great lineup of things to talk about. We got the MLB, Torpedo Bats, situations, all that, March Madness, how we got here, and how it's going to end, NFL Coaches Conference, what they're talking about, and what it's going to mean for the future of the NFL. Before we get into all that, though, we got tips and donations. Tips and donations are always really appreciated. It shows that you guys really care about what we're doing, you care about the content that we're putting out, and you really do enjoy the content that we make. Through your donations, they keeps pushing us to be the best that we can, putting out the best content that we can for you guys to listen and to enjoy. So throw a donation through the super chat, to the link in the bio and live stream, to the sticker and super chat. Always greatly appreciated, no matter how much. Send us a message in the text as well. It's always great being able to talk to our fans, getting to listen about their inputs, their takes on certain topics. And it's always just great being able to connect with you guys. So do the link in the bio, live stream, the sticker or super chat. That's the best way to throw a donation our way. So let's get into the good stuff now, though, shall we? We got first topic on hand. Torpedo Bats and the future they have in the MLB. So the Torpedo Bats, what are they? I guess we start off with saying that. What are they? Basically, what they're saying, they're bats that people think are illegal, but they're not. They are bats that have more wood in center mass, where the ball tends to hit more, and it's thinner where they're holding it. Where you grasp the bat when you're choking, it's thinner. It's easier to hold. So yeah, it's a thicker bat that just loses its grip towards the end. I wouldn't say lose its grip, but it loses its thickness and becomes easier to hold. So many people are questioning, like, hey, is this legal? Are the Yankees, because they're the ones who started it, are they able to use this legally by MLB rules? Yes, they are. As long as it's within 2.6 inches of diameter anywhere, it's legal. And I mean, people are gonna take notice of this. Obviously, teams already have. I mean, you can see earlier in spring training, the Cubs and the Rays, they were using them in spring training. And no one even knew what they were at the time, so no one even thought they thought they were just funny looking. But no, they're good. And the Braves, only a few hours ago, they said, hey, we're using these too. They made a statement saying we're going to start. They had a huge shipment of bats to come in, torpedo bats, and they're going to start using them. And they're going to see, hey, is it the player or the bat? Because people are saying, hey, like, it's not the bat, it's the player. Which is fair enough, because Aaron Judge, he wasn't using them, and he was still hitting 4 home runs the whole season. He hit 4 home runs in a game, or 3 home runs in a game, and that's just unbelievable. But then we have Jazz Chisholm Jr., the outfielder for the Yankees, and he said, and I quote, "It doesn't feel like a new bat, but it just helps in a little way." So they're saying, what he's saying is, hey, it doesn't feel different, but it definitely helps. So he's saying that this is definitely an enhancer. It definitely helps his game a lot, and I mean, I'm not really sure to think of it. Honestly, people are saying, you could say it's cheating. You can say, hey, with more wood in the center mass where the ball is going to hit, when you're going to tend to hit it, it's obviously going to go further. And if there's more home runs, I mean, people are saying, oh, they'll lose viewership. But I mean, it's just a part of the game. If it's within the legal standards that MLB has set, then it's fine. You can't break the rules that MLB has it set, and it's not within that standard. But I mean, it's going to be interesting what everybody does if the MLB is going to decide, hey, we're going to ban them. Every team's going to have one. I mean, it's really based on the organization. If the MLB has to step in at some point, I think if they step in at any juncture at any point, it's going to be to get rid of the bat entirely. But at the end of the day, no one really isn't going to know until the MLB says something. But people are saying, there's the two options. They ban them or everybody uses them. There's no in between. But so how do these come through? How do these even get invented? So an MIT physicist by the name of Aaron Lenhard, former employee of the Yankees, statistical trackers. He helped create things. He tracks stats for the team. He created the bat. He made the foundation of the bat. He created it, all that. And he gave it to the Yankees. He said, hey, you guys should try this. I think I created it. It's gonna help you guys a lot. And so they tried it. They loved it, obviously. But I mean, it's just really going to depend at the end of the day how the MLB, how teams are going to respond to it. And like teams are already protesting it. Some teams are already saying, like, taking the social teams are taking the league. They're saying, hey, like, this is unfair. This isn't the right thing to do. Players especially are reaping the benefits more. Their averages are going up already. People are hitting more home runs. I mean, the Yankees just won 20-9 against the Brewers and 12-3 or 12-6 against the Brewers in this third game. I mean, in the third game alone, Aaron Judge had 3 home runs and the team had 9. I mean, that's people are saying it's stats are saying it's the bat, but people are saying it's the player. It's like the player is the reason the bat's hitting good. You could if you gave a college kid that bat, it's probably not going to go as far as that. I mean, it really depends on who the player is, how well they can hit. Because like I said, if you give an amateur or someone not as good that bat, if you gave like a minor league player that bat, they probably won't take a yard. It's probably just based on the player who has it and how strong they already are or how well they can already hit the ball. It's not the bat. I think it's the player. But yeah, like I said, the players, they like it. The teams, the organizations don't, but the players do. Like I said, because Chris Holmes' quote earlier, like I said, he does. It feels like a new bat. It doesn't feel like a new bat, but you can tell that it works. Obviously, it works. The players' averages are going up. Some viewership's gone up already. Some viewership's gone down. I mean, people really don't know what to think of it. It's a really interesting, very interesting topic to talk about because it's changing the game. This is a brand new thing that has never, ever seen the light of MLB. This can completely change the insight. People change the way people play the game. If they're gonna, maybe teams will start back in the fork, like the warning track, back in walls up more. If players are going yard more often with these bats, they're gonna adapt and say, hey, we're gonna move this wall back further, so these teams can't just go yard to hit a home run every time they're up at the plate. I mean, it's gonna change. It's really gonna change the future of the game. I really think if the MLB doesn't step up and doesn't do anything, the future and integrity of baseball could be, at risk. But I really don't think it is. Like I said, I think they'll step in and do something about it. Just a matter of time, though. I mean, we're gonna have to see, especially the Braves, because like I said earlier, they implemented their own. They just had their huge order come through. As we're gonna show, they're gonna say, hey, like, how many, is it the player or the bat? If they're averaging more home runs, people are going to decide maybe the Braves are a good hitting team. The Braves, statistically and just through watching them, through gameplay, they are a good hitting team. They are a good baseball team, especially when they're healthy. But give a team like the Mariners the bat, though. And they were playing with them in spring training. Yeah, they're hitting good, but give a team like the Yankees, the Dodgers, the Mets, the Padres, a bat like that, they're going to have statistically better scoring averages, more home runs because they are a better overall team. The team is a huge play in it, as well as the players, but overall the team is, like, if you're hitting more home runs as a team, it's not just a single player, it's the entire team hitting well. So it's really just going to depend on, if it's the player, if the team steps up, organization steps up, the MLB steps up, does something. It's really all a matter of time. Honestly, like I said earlier, though, it could change the way it's played, backing the walls up more. Maybe some other things that could happen. I'm not really sure. But I'm not really sure like what other things could happen besides maybe backing up the wall. I mean, it's only a matter of time. Maybe different types of balls. You never know. If a different type of bat comes in, maybe they'll make a new different ball that's going to be heavier to throw. So when it gets to the plate, or maybe they'll do lighter balls. So it goes faster so you can't swing it so you can't react as fast. I mean, who knows? It's only a matter of time until they make a new bat, might as well make a new ball. It's going to change up eventually. Just a matter of time of, when it's going to happen, if it's going to happen, and if it does, when, and how big of a change will it actually make to the game of baseball. Because like last year when they made that change to the bases, you can't, the base running, oh my gosh, I'm blanking. But, the base running. I mean, pitch clock as well. Sorry, that's what it was, the pitch clock. You couldn't, the pitch clock, that's huge. People wouldn't like it. They're like, hey, this is, baseball's a traditional slow game. Speeding up is going to hurt viewership, hurt the players. Statistically, that's just not true. The game's about faster. The players are up there for a short amount of time. Like pitchers, they're pitching the same amount in less time, but no one got hurt through it. It's just they're pitching more frequently. So I think players obviously love it. The league maybe doesn't, but I mean, it's just a matter of time to see what's going to happen. I mean, it's a whole new way of the game. We'll have to see what happens. In the next segment, we're going to talk about March Madness, how we got here, the teams playing, their schedule, and after that, we got the NFL's coaches meeting, what they're talking about, rules changes, all that good stuff. We'll be back in a minute. See you guys.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits, I'm losing shit. A stupid myth, you choose to live or choose to dip. You choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind?
Welcome back to the GSMC Dead Ball Sports Podcast, hosted by GMC Sports Network. I'm your host, Nolan Jambor. Last segment, we went over MLB, Torpedo Bats, the future of the game, what it holds, what they're doing to the game. This segment, we're going over March Madness, how we got here, and the teams that are playing. Next segment, we'll talk about the NFL coaches meeting and what they're talking about. Before we get into all that juicy, good information, though, tips and donations. Tips and donations show that you guys care about what we're doing, care about the content that we're putting out, and you really do enjoy it. It really does mean a lot to us as well, seeing that you guys care about what we're doing. It makes us put out our best work, and it really shows that you guys really care about what we do. Send us a donation, super chat, the links in the bio, and the live stream, and the stickers. Anyway, thank you. It's always greatly appreciated. Send us a message through the link. Send us a message too in the text. I always like talking to you guys. It's always great being able to talk to people who listen, have their own take on the sport, have their own take on the subject. It's always great listening to you guys. It's always great talking to you guys. So just do the link in the bio, the description, the super chat stickers, and the super chat. Any way you can throw a donation, it really means a lot. So let's get back into segment number 2, shall we? March Madness and how we got here. First time since 2008. All Final Four teams are 1 seeds. People really don't like this. They're saying this is a really bad look for college basketball. They're saying this is all because of NIL and the transfer portal, and that's just not true at all. This is just a really good team. Every one of these teams in the Final Four, all these 1 seeds, are the right teams to be here because of how good they are. These teams aren't here because, they bought the players, maybe so. But these teams are good because the skills that they have are better than every team they've played so far, and it shows. Let's get into it. First, the 4 teams that are in. The 4 teams that are in the Final Four. All 1 seeds are Houston, Auburn, Florida, and Duke. People didn't think Houston would make it. They didn't think they were good enough. And Florida. Florida was, kind of the team that no one really saw coming. They're good last year, but not 1 seed good this year. And same with Houston. They were good last year. They were 3 seed last year in the tournament, I believe. But they just weren't as good as here. Duke, people saw coming. I mean, Cooper Flagg's the reason they're here. And Auburn, Johnny Broom, he's the reason they're there, let's be honest. But it's going to be a great Final Four. It's going to be a great championship game. So let's get into how each team really got here and if they will win it all. So first off, let's start with Florida. They're led by first-team All-American guard, Walter Clayton Jr., phenomenal player. He is the reason they're there. He is the team. He can play on all 3 levels, even for his size. He's a big guard, but he's still smaller compared to most guys on the court. And the backcourt guard, Elijah Martin, who's transferred there in the offseason, there's a huge reason that they're doing this good right now. Their guard play, even their backup, even their their secondary, second string, second, third string guys are all playing phenomenal. When they get on the court, Florida's playing like a team you don't want to play against, and it's shown all season. They have the best players, and they were the best team in the SEC. People were saying Bama was, and then we saw Bama lose to Duke, and we're like, oh, maybe Florida was the best team. I mean, Bama was a great team, but then Duke's amazing though. But Florida, they've had, their schedule to get here definitely wasn't as hard, I guess you could say, as some of the other teams. So the first win of round one, Norfolk State, sorry about that, 95-69. It's a 1 seed versus 16 seed. I mean, you should win that game, hopefully. That's how they roll. But then the UConn game, that was one of the best games of the tournament by far. 8 seed UConn comes in. They're fighting for a three-peat. They definitely weren't as skillful as they were last year. Obviously, they lost a lot of their players, but they're still a team that even if they were an 8 or 9 seed, they're scared. They're a scary team. And they came in, they were playing Florida all game. Florida had no answers for most of them all game. They did end up winning. However, it was only by 2 points. It was 77-75, and UConn Dan Hurley, he was not having it. He was livid. I mean, there were some things he was saying on the sideline, the press conference after the game, that had people were saying, like, is this guy really saying this? Like, he's a coach. Like, you can't be saying this as a coach. But Florida won. Taking the Sweet 16, they beat Maryland by 16, a good amount, 87-71, and Maryland's a good team. They beat Colorado State on that buzzer beater to get them there, and they had a lot of momentum because of Derek Queen. But Derek Queen was shut down in most of that game, and beating them by 16 points in the Sweet 16 is definitely something you don't want to see, especially when your best players getting shut down. But Maryland's, they're not a bad team. They were 4th in the Big Ten, but Florida was just better. They just played a better game. And then in the Elite Eight, they beat Texas Tech 84-79. The game was neck and neck all game. It was I believe Texas Tech was winning at halftime, only by a point or two. But still, it was a great game. It was one of those Elite Eight games that you're like this is good. This could have been, it's been a great Final Four championship matchup game. But they made it. They're here in the Elite Eight or Final Four, and they're here to play Auburn. Auburn is playing, I think, the best basketball in the country right now. Overall, number 1 seed in the country. They're over Duke is number 2. But Auburn. Johnny Broome in Auburn is phenomenal. Granted, he's older. He does have a lot. He has age on most guys in college basketball, even his own teammates. I believe he's 23, but still, 23-year-old playing college basketball, and it shows. He's dominant. He's averaging double-doubles in the tournament play and all season. He has 10 double-doubles all season. And that's a lot. College basketball, you don't see double-doubles every day. It's pretty hard to get that. But he's doing it almost every game, it feels like. And he's just a powerhouse. He's a beast. He's bigger than everybody else. He can shoot. He can block. He plays great defense. He's just all over the place. And he's a guy you don't want to get matched up against. And then, how they got here. So, round 1, they beat Alabama State by 20, 83-63. Man, it was round 1 Alabama State. It was a 16 seed. They weren't beating them. People were saying there was a lot of people having Alabama State beating them for some reason. I don't know why. Alabama State is not a good basketball team, and Auburn is. Granted, Alabama State had a great play-in game, and they won their region, which was their conference, which was a great game as well. I watched that, but they're not good enough to beat the number 1 seed in the country, unfortunately. And then they beat Creighton round 2, 82-70. The score says 12, but the game was a lot closer than people were meant to believe. If you're stat watching, the game was really close until about the last few minutes when Creighton just ran out of steam. And the same thing about the Michigan team they beat. Round 3, Sweet 16. They beat Michigan 78-65. Michigan was winning at halftime by 5 points, or 11 points. And towards the last 5 minutes of the game, Michigan ran out of steam. They couldn't shoot, and Auburn took advantage of it. They went on a 15-2 run and just dominated Michigan in the last 5 minutes of the game. If Michigan didn't lose any stamina, didn't lose their steam, they would have won that game. But they ran out of everything they had. lost it all in the last 2 minutes. They couldn't shoot, they couldn't play defense, and they couldn't stop Auburn from scoring. And that's why they lost by 13 because of that 15-2 run, because of Auburn's dominance. And then in the Elite Eight, they beat my Michigan State Spartans 70-64. Auburn, yes, they won that game, but Michigan State easily could have won that game as well. If they didn't shoot so poorly, Michigan State, Auburn would have lost. But Auburn took advantage of their bad shooting, made shots when they had to, and Michigan State couldn't make shots. Yeah, they only lost by 6, but they were down about 13 points in the last minute 30. So they were all just kind of, trash time threes, I guess you could say. But it was horrible seeing them lose, especially my team. But Auburn proved why they're number one seed. Why they're the number one team in the country. They just played better. They were a better team, and they showed it there. Now, during that Auburn-Florida game, I think Auburn wins it. Auburn's a more balanced team. They have better players in each position, especially at the big position. Johnny Broome is the best big in the country. I think so. And Florida, they have good guard play, but so does Auburn. It's going to be a great game, but I think Auburn wins that game for sure. And then we got the other game. We got Houston versus Duke. So let's go over Houston real quick. Houston has the best three-point percentage in the country right now at 38.9%. Or 39.8, sorry. So basically 40% three-point shooters. Especially in this tournament, that's huge. It shows that this team in Houston, they are a tournament team, and they're here to play, and it comes to tournament time. Round 1, they won 78-40. Round 2, they beat Gonzaga 81-76. Round 3, they beat Purdue 62-60. It's a great game. I thought Purdue was gonna win that game too, but Houston just had a last minute buzzer beater, and it was a layup. It was a jumper layup, and it was a great shot, and it went in, and they won off the buzzer beater. That's March Madness for you. And they beat Tennessee in the Elite Eight 69-50. Tennessee was coming back a little bit towards the middle of the second half, and then there was a foul. They had stamp. They had a boost. They had it all coming. They had the advantage. There was a foul. The refs reviewed it for 5 minutes. They lost it all in that 5 minutes. They just lost everything they had, and the refs took that away from them. Now, I don't know what they were reviewing exactly, but whatever was going on, they lost all their momentum in that moment because the refs took so long to take their time and review the play. So, Duke, Houston deserved to win that game. Especially, they deserved to be in the Final Four as well. And then we got Duke. Duke is the second best team in the country, and it's not even close. Cooper Flagg, projected number 1 overall pick. He leads the team in every category. If you look on ESPN, he leads the team in every category besides blocking. But even as the lead blocker on their team, they average the same amount. Him and the leader average both 1.3 blocks a game. But I'm not sure why he's not number 1, but he leads the team in every stat. That's insane. They beat Mount St. Mary's first game, 93-49. That's nuts. It's almost a 50-point win. That's insane. And then you got round 2 versus Baylor, 89-66. Pure dominance there. Then they beat Arizona, 100-93. I thought Arizona was going to win that game. They were playing great basketball. They just couldn't come through at the end. It was a great game regardless. And then they beat Bama, 85-95. 85-65, sorry. And I thought Bama had a chance, but they couldn't compete. They just couldn't. They had no answer for Cooper Flagg all game, and it just showed. It was just bad. They have a reason to be in the Elite Four against Houston, who they will beat, and I think who they will then beat Auburn in the championship game. And I'm excited to see Cooper Flagg play well in the final 2 games and the NBA. It's going to be great in the NBA. So over this segment, we'll talk about March Madness. Previous segment, the Torpedo Bats. Our next segment, the final segment, we're talking about the NFL, the coaches meeting, and what all the coaches are talking about, all the possible changes, schedule changes, play changes. When we get back, that's what we'll be talking about. Welcome back to the GSMC Devil Sports Podcast, hosted by GSMC Sports Network. I'm your host, Nolan Jambor. In the first 2 segments, we went over March Madness, how the teams got there, and the MLB and Torpedo Bats. What the MLB is going to do about it, what players think about it, and all that good stuff. In this final segment, we're going to be talking about the NFL Coaches Conference. The NFL Coaches Conference is currently going on in Florida. All 32 coaches are there right now, and they're talking about, future changes to the game, how they want to play it, and all that good stuff. So there isn't much so far. There's only been two major, announcements that have been made to us so far, as of now. The first one is the tush push ban. The Green Bay Packers have thrown a proposal in there to ban the tush push. Many are undecided on it, which I completely agree with. But some teams are for it, some are against, but most are undecided right now. But I think that banning the tush push would be a horrible thing. I think it would just be very stupid. I think it would be really not smart decision by the NFL to ban it. It is not the play, it's the players. And I will say that again. It is not the play, it's the players. If you see a team like the Bengals running it, it's not going to work. The Bengals O-line isn't as good. Joe Burrow isn't as big. And the team and the backup, like the receivers and tight ends pushing them forward, aren't strong enough to continue it. Eagles, on the other hand, their offensive line is top 3 in the league. Jalen Hurts can squat 600 pounds. His legs are massive. He's able to move through all that because he's so big. And his receivers and tight ends, minus Devontae Smith, who's gained some muscle mass for sure. But still, you got A.J. Brown, A.J. Brown alone is pushing him. Then you got Dallas Goedert pushing him as well. I mean, those guys are massive dudes. But like I said, it is because of the team. It's the team, not the play. It's the teams and the players. Like I said, though, I just don't think it's a smart decision to ban the play. I think they're doing that just because they can't adapt to it. And teams have seen it for 2 years now. And you've had plenty of time to adapt to it. And they're still trying to ban it. I mean, that's on the coaching staff. If you're going against the Eagles in a game in the following week or sometime, and you know this play, you know it's coming. Anytime it's 4th and inches, 4th and 1, goal line stand, they're gonna do the tush push. You know they're gonna do it. Plan for it. It's not. I feel like it's the coach's job. It's a coordinator's job. It is your responsibility to form a plan to stop that play. It is a play you know it's going to come anytime they're within the goal line or within the first down marker. Get your biggest guys out there and just match them up. Just get in the trenches and match them up. It is not that hard. Like I said, though, it's the team. It's just a dumb decision. It is the team, not the players. It's the team. Or the coach. It's not the play. It's the players and the team. That's what it is. That's all I got to say about that. The next thing, the only other thing they've talked about, that we know of, is flexing Thursday night football games. This is a new thing. This was only introduced 2 years ago, and they've only flexed one game so far. It was last year, Bengals-Browns got flexed out and they brought in Denver and the Chargers, which is the right call because the Browns are not that good. It hurts to say because I like the Browns. But they took out, and the Bengals aren't doing that good either. At this time, it was midseason. I believe it was week 14. Bengals are still fighting for a playoff spot, but it's two teams with losing records and it's a good conference. But last season, I just felt like it kind of took a little bit of a drop off. I believe, and they brought in two teams, two really good AFC teams. The Broncos, who have possibly the best defense in the NFL. Then they brought the Chargers, who have one of the best offenses in the NFL. And it was it was worth it because the game was great. But them flexing out Bengals-Browns, it's the right choice. But so here's some of the rule changes. So now it's not a 4-week notice, it's a 3-week notice. You let the teams know instead of 4 weeks in advance, you let them know 3 weeks in advance. They're saying, hey, we're going to flex you out of this time slot for this Thursday night game for this. They're going to play at this time on this day instead. It used to be 4 weeks, and now they can just limit it to 3. And it has to be between the weeks of 13 and 17. So they flex games out normally just based on how good the game will be. If it's going to be a good game, they're going to flex it out for a Thursday night spot because that's when the good viewership tends to be on Thursday night because that's the only game on. And they're gonna flex out. Let's say it's conference. Let's say we're playing a conference rival. It's the Bucks and Saints and for the Thursday night game. But in the another Sunday night game, they're playing. It's Eagles and Commanders. I mean, they're gonna put in the NFC East game with the Commanders and Eagles because it's gonna be a better game. Also, it's the conference championship this year, but still, it was a great game. It would be a great game compared to the weaker AFC or NFC South and the Bucks and the Saints. They'd flex that out. But when they proposed it, there's already 6 teams who denied it. It was the Giants, the Jets, the Packers, the Raiders, the Bears, the Lions for some reason, and the Steelers. I'm not sure why teams would be opposed to this feature, to this addition. I feel like it could be good. It could be bad. It just kind of depends on maybe how healthy your team is overall. I'm not really sure why a team would deny that exactly, though. Just kind of, it depends on the head coach, I guess. Some of those head coaches are pretty stern. They don't want to change things up. But, it really just depends on, I guess, the team, how they're playing at the time, too. I'm not really sure, though, why a coach would deny that. You might as well keep it. If they flex you in for a better time slot, I'd be happy with it. Wouldn't be mad about that at all. But that's the coach's opinion. That's not mine. I'm not there to make the decision, unfortunately. So I don't really know, what's going on in their heads, unfortunately. It's not my area to know. But thank you. Thank you from me for listening to this episode of GSMC Dead Ball Sports Podcast, hosted by Nolan Jambor. I'm your host, after all. Your continuous support means a lot. Please throw a like our way, leave a comment, subscribe. It really means a lot. Follow us, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter or X, Facebook. It's where all of our newest live updates are. It'll keep you guys up to date in anything we're going to talk about, anything you want to hear. You'll hear from our guys on there as well. You'll get to our socials. You can reach us through those links as well, through those social media platforms. And I just want to say thank you guys again for tuning in. Have a great rest of your day. And I'll talk to you guys very, very soon. See you guys.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet. Damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to